So now in layman's term, can you explain to us what commercial law is and how you're able to use it to help creatives and artists in Kenya especially?
Okay, commercial law is the law that governs or guides transactions in business. So where you have contracts of any kind, that's the bulk of what commercial law and commercial transactions is.
Yeah.
Yes. So artists usually typically get into contracts, and the thing is, we think about contracts like this 30-page document where it's like a lot of font and that. But the contract could be the I agree you press the terms and conditions when you're uploading your music on Spotify or Boomplay or whatever it is. Yes. So it's just the law that handles contracts, most of the contractual obligations and transactions.
And actually we have seen this also as an issue with creatives in Kenya, where somebody will come online, because I think that has become the agreeable place to vent and to sort out our issues. I'll cite Sailor's Gang and Mwalimu Rachel, where they came online and they talked about how she had taken advantage of them, she had done this and this and this, she was holding back on them, and then she defended herself and said, listen, there were obligations that you guys needed to do, and then there was things I needed to be refunded for. So now at the end of the day, who do we blame in such a situation? And do you think it's just that artists do not know who to go to for this advice, or they just don't have the knowledge? And how do they equip themselves to fight these battles better, to not be taken advantage of, to not be in situations where they're coming on Twitter and ranting and we're like, didn't you have a lawyer beforehand? Didn't you write this down on paper? So now how do they have access to this knowledge so that they're better equipped to, you know, do their thing?
At the very basic essence of it, it's we can't quite lay blame anywhere. It's everybody has an obligation to themselves in this industry, because it's business. It's nothing personal, to be honest. I saw the issue with Mwalimu Rachel and Sailor's Gang, and it's like, it was just a contract that wasn't interpreted well by the people who are within the contract. So for example, if I'm giving you a contract, it is my obligation to figure out what this contract really means for me. Not just to sign and see where the money clause is, because that's what most artists do. We look for the money and we forget that the devil is really in the details. It's really in the details. And you find we sign bad contracts and start blaming the other party when we were the ones who put the pen to paper. We signed. And so I think in this day and age, you can easily get information online. There's Google, there's YouTube, there's all these schools, all these courses offered online for free. You have to be the one to take yourself there and, you know, try and find the answers to these questions. And if you cannot find, then there's lawyers available who practice in these areas and other professionals who are willing to help.
Thank you very much. And now tell us about Culture Shift. That is your company. Tell us more about it.
Culture Shift is a legal consultancy. We trade as Artlaw Kenya, but we're registered as Culture Shift, and we consult for creative industry professionals and organizations. We also offer trainings and seminars and webinars on creative industry, informative talks on maybe legal, the legal aspects of creative industry, or just even business aspects. So it's a hybrid type of company where we offer consultancy, representation, but also give trainings, because we also feel like it's one thing to give the contract and the representation, but the artist doesn't know what the artist doesn't know. So you also have to educate them on their rights so that they can enforce their rights.
And what brought about the need to have this outfit? You know, given that your educational background, you could have just followed the chain. I'ma get involved, I'ma get in with a firm, I'll just climb the corporate ladder and not do anything different. What brought on the need for you to start Culture Shift?
The first is personal. I don't do well in closed spaces. And as a creative, a desk job is not for me. The other thing also is that when I was being mentored, so as a painter, I was mentored by Patrick Mukabi. And within this particular studio, we were a couple of mentees, and some of the mentees were my friends. And they'd have contracts from big corporates and stuff. They'd show me and be like, you're in law school, show us this contract, is it okay? And I noticed a trend. Most of the contracts were very oppressive to the artist, very, very oppressive. And I think after 1, 2, 3, 4, I thought, I got mad, and I thought, this is not how it's supposed to be, because a world without creativity is dead.
True.
Artists literally hold up society, just that we don't give them as much importance as we should.